Hello, everyone. I'm still a little in the fog. I need to get a new camera. So anyway, this is Leslie Tice from Newly, North Carolina, and I'm happy to be here to show you our newest release. So excited to introduce Berry Harvest to you all. It is absolutely a gorgeous collection, and it is perfect for anything fruit, anything harvest. So enjoy this fun kind of preview of this. It is available now. It goes until tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time, and you will get everything that I show you today in that in the bundle. After that, they take away the punches and they take away the playbook, and then it is just the decorative features. So it will go down significantly in price after that. All right, so let's start with our paper pack. Beautiful paper pack to work with. You have a beige type gingham, and then there are blueberries to be accented with that. You have your red gingham, so great for a picnic. And then we go to a beautiful cherry print. I've seen dresses out there made of this type of coloring. And then you have a diagonal stripe with yellow, and then these gorgeous strawberries, beautiful strawberry paper. Light blue dots with a little distressing. And then this is absolutely my favorite paper in this entire pack. And it's just the nice strips of the red flowers and the cranberry in the background and the light blue on the back. Strawberries on a very nice subtle peach paper. And then you have stripes that match with this entire set. Cranberry dots. And then canning peaches, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. So just anything in that, if you can, if it is a family tradition, this would be the paper pack for you. And it's also great accents. So it can be just going out to dinner. It could be a pie eating contest. So think outside the box and some other fun things that you could add to that. Along in this bundle, or you can buy it separately, is the Cardstock Berry Harvest sampler pack. It includes everything to make the project playbook. So you can go ahead and purchase this if you want. Otherwise, all these colors are in our line. So it's not a necessity for you to have. If you already have these colors, you're good to go. Then you have the Berry Harvest embellishments, and I have pages done to show you some of them, but you have some little itty bitty ones. You have some epoxy stickers, some more medium size, and then some large and medium size mixed together. These are great. I hope to do a page where I've used all mine, but maybe you can use a paper and trace that and use that as some fussy cutting ones. But once again, I have taken the cover sheet and I have put all my embellishments on here so that I can quickly just pop them off and apply them to the pages where needed. All right. Once again, there's a 12 pack of matte packs, and there's either sayings or an open card on the back for you to go ahead and use. So together is the best place to be. From the kitchen of great for recipe cards. These would be an easy way to do that. And so if you're looking to make a recipe book of just all your, maybe your fun recipes for desserts, these are the greatest cards that you could be able to use this. So happiness is homemade, summer memories. So either horizontal or vertically for you to use on your pages. Here are some half cards. So you can cut those out. Once again, a half card and then a full, beautiful doily edge. Half card, strawberries. What a lovely day. More jars. These would be even fun just to cut the jars out and to put them on a page. Blue gold skies. So 12 of those, an easy pack to use and completely use up. And then also now you have your wonderful stickers. So some border stickers, some great sayings, and then your iconic pictures of everything that matches on the papers that you saw. So I hope that this is kind of an exciting time if some of you are harvesting at this moment or have harvest and have frozen things. you can get going with that. Outside of this bundle is a new paper pack that's come out, and this is called Stardust White. So we had it in a paper bundle or a paper buffet. And so it just has little speckles. It's lighter than Spargo, but it has some speckles in it. So it can bring out some of those other colors. So this is going to be a nice fun for matting and for your base paper. So just wanted to show you that. The two punches this month with this collection is the canning jars or the canning border, and then the canning jar. And so the canning jar is a fun one to punch out because it has, let's just go ahead and do this really quick. Didn't want to be on there. So you have the canning jar itself, and then you have like the decorative lid if you want to do a decoration on it with a different color. And then you have the little piece for the label. So super cute. Um, Great to use if you participated in the CM Sisters crop. I think one of the creatives did a shelf. This would be great to do like a kitchen shelf and put the jars on top, whether or if you're using the canning jar border punch also. So with this one, we're just going to punch it in and move it over. Very easy to match them up on the wings on the side. And you can go ahead and make that punch as long as you want or as thick as you want. So you can be a thinner shelf or a wider shelf. So totally a fun one to go ahead and play with. And we can work with that. All right. So that is in the bundle until tomorrow at 1 p.m. Otherwise, everything will be sold separately also. So we have the project playbook when you buy the bundle, and the pages are super cute for this one. And so I'm just going to go and lay these out just so you can see using all the papers. Very nice, easy cuts. I think to save paper, I could have done a border and cut out and hollowed this out so I could save the paper for that and then use it for other things. I just wanted to get this done quickly. My shipment was late coming in, so I needed to get this done as fast as I could. That was a 2-page spread. Here's a single page spread. Very easy cuts to follow and to put them on. Just a little bit of altering of these to give it a little bit of pizzazz there. And then we have another single page. Oh, nope, this is a double page spread. I love this paper. It's just an accent. So watch your dimensions and watch your directions as you're doing different things, but a nice page to go ahead and work with, laying those out in just straight cuts. So you're not having to think really hard for these. This is an easy one to do. So maybe even following this for some other easier pages. And this is so super cute. I love the circle. So I'm in a circle mood lately. If you're participating in our summer scraptastic, my challenge was on circles. So this is just cutting circles out and just adding them around the edges and giving it a nice look. All right. So that is the Berry Harvest collection. Hope that you will enjoy purchasing that and using that for your pages. So today I thought that we would focus on um, one of the virtual crop that people are questioning. How do you cut them? What are you doing? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this virtual crop. This was crop page. This was challenge number 3 from July. So this was last week or the week before. And so this is the page that we're going to do. I did a very general tone page. And so just very simple, nice 3 pictures. I would do probably 6 because I would make these smaller so I can get more pictures on here, probably journaling here, and adding some else. So let's go ahead and create this together just so that you can see what you need. So I have a little cheat sheet here that I'm going to go ahead and just put on the table so that it's always here for you to see as we cut. All right, so you will need a base paper. I'm going to use the ivory. That is one of the colors that is, or beige, that is one of the colors that is chosen for our coordinating cardstock that are always listed on our cover sheet. That cover sheet has so much information. So I'm going to use that. I would advise, because we're cutting the next piece out, let's go ahead and hollow this out so that we're only cutting off a 1/2 inch. So if we go ahead and make it at a 1-inch frame, so 1 inch is easy to work with because you're looking at your trimmer and you're going to put the line that is on your housing unit. This white line is going to go on the 1 inch, and make sure your paper is at 1. The line goes at 1, and then you're going all the way down to the end. When it stops, it will stop. That's at 1 also. Then we're going to turn our paper. All right. We're going to turn our paper and we're going to start at the 1, and we're going to go down, and we're going to stop again at the 1, and we're going to go ahead and cut this frame out. Line your paper up at 1. Now you can just kind of lift this up and there's a line on both sides. Your guidelines just go through, and you're going to stop at 1. And if you go a little further, it's not a big deal. It's going to be covered up with your next piece of paper. Let's go through and cut this. Now we have that extra paper inside that we can go ahead and use later on. All right. And this one I did not go all the way because I was trying to move it. I don't have my photo arm up as much. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side. So then you need a base paper that we're going to use, and we're going to put on top this hollow frame. So this we want to be at an 11.5 by 11.5 inch square. So cut off a 1/2 inch on one side, and then we're going to turn it once and cut off a 1/2 inch on the other side. We're going to go ahead and apply that to our, oh no, we're not. Don't apply it to your base paper yet. Okay, so this is where you can either draw or score. And I'm going to go ahead and score it. So I have my scoring blade out. I'm going to go ahead and take that one out. So now you can use a ruler, and you could just use a ruler, and we would put on the 7-inch line as we were working, or we can score. So I'm going to score at the 7-inch line. Pull my arm out, put this at 7 inches. I'm going to score just lightly. That's just going to be the line that we're going to use to be able to put our pictures on, or our rays on. I'm going to remove that right away because I know me and I will forget, and then I will not be able to cut. All right, so we've got that scored. That's great. I'm going off instructions a little bit, but they're here for you if you need them. All right, so now I like both sides of these papers. I think it's going to be fine on there. So I am going to go ahead and I want you to cut one strip at 2.5. So this is the paper you like both sides of. You're going to cut it at 2.5. And then you're going to go ahead and cut it on a diagonal, which means choose a corner. I always choose the right corner on the top, left corner on the bottom. Right on top, left on bottom. And then I'm just going to go from corner to corner and cut. And I am all set there. Now I'm going to do the same, and I am going to cut 4 at 1.5. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 at 1.5. Ooh, I like that little piece. I'm going to save that one. All right, so now you can go ahead and you can cut them all diagonally one at a time. I am not, so I'm going to try and save you the misery of watching me do that. But I'm going to go ahead and line this up again, just like I did my other ones. My right is on the top. My left corner is on the bottom. I'm going to put it down and I'm going to score them. All right. Now, for the most part, you will not see those tips. So if that's an issue, do not worry about it. You're not going to if it went off a little bit, you're going to be fine. They're going to either be covered up or they're going to be cut off your paper. Okay. Next step is to take your ruler and I want you to measure out to the 8-inch line. So I'm going to just draw a line right here at 8 or a dot. I think I said dot on my instructions. So there's my dot. And is that at 8? Yep, that's at 8. Do I want 8 or do I want 7? Yep, I'm going to do 8. Um, just let me double check. Yep, I did 8. All right. So the first one you're going to take is you're going to take your one of your 1.5-inch strips. And you are going to decide, I'm just using repositionable tape on here. You're going to decide where you want this, how much in between you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay this out and I'm putting it on my score line. All right. So it's going to go on my score line and it's my flat edge. All right. So I'm just going to, that dot is going to be where I'm going to try and make all my pieces intersect. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2.5-inch strip and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use repositionable tape and I'm going to go ahead and put my point on that dot and go ahead and lay that out. I'm going to take my other half of my 2.5-inch strip and you will have this paper going off the side. And I'm going to put my tip here and go ahead and give it, just kind of look at the piece that you're dealing with here and eye up if there's enough space in between. We've done a lot of these ray type pages in the past. And so this is not a new concept. We're just doing it a little bit differently. All right, so next one is you're going to go back. All you should have left are your 1.5-inch strips. And we're going to go ahead and put our 1.5-inch strips on here, making sure that these are nice and spread out. You're not seeing this thin space in between, but I want to make sure that I have a nice ray. I don't want it too thick on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep going. And it really is this simple. Didn't look this simple before, did it? And if you want to change this, you can make these a little bit bigger, a little bit thinner. And you're just alternating colors. All right, using that dot as your base. Might go a little bit chunkier here. And another blue. Depends on how much spacing you want in between. And you can always fix them too. If it's annoying you that I have too much space or a little space or whatever, you can go ahead and mix that up and change that on your own. All right, that's there. And I have one more. Oop, I have two more that I can lay out. Thought I was running out, so oop, I don't need to go up that high. I'm gonna fix these just a little bit. I thought I was running out, so I was trying to be really clever right here. And move this a little bit. Move that back now because you see what happened. That took some of the dye off the paper. This blue doesn't want to flatten. There we go. All right. And then I have one more. Thought I had two more. Okay, one more. So I am going to move this just a titch. I need a little bit more spacing in between. I thought I had an extra one. All right. So you just kind of play around at the spacing that you want. Move this, move this. I'm going to have a little bit more spacing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I did have one more. There should be 10. All right, we're going back to where we were before. Okay, new. All right, that's there. And my last one is going to go. Let's see, I have that one all ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. And that one is gonna go right here. I'm gonna make it a little bit fatter. So you get to regulate how much space you want here. All right, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and trim these off because this is where I'm gonna put the journal box. Okay, so that is your raise right there. Okay, so you have your raise. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and trim this off. So I'm going to put right on the line, right on my cut line. Trim this one off. It's going to be a pain in the bottom. So cut line. It's that. Trim it here. Put it on. You're just looking through these little pieces for the cut line. Right. And one more. There. And then if you need to even things out a bit, it's not quite right. I see that we need a new. Okay. And so there it is. There are my rays all set, ready to go. And so what you're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add that to our frame. So we cut our frame out. And just going to go on because the tape is a 1/2 inch also, so it will be perfect. It's on. Kind of, in a way, it looks like Canada paper, doesn't it? Just with those little flowers. Okay. Anyway, that is set there. And now we're going to go ahead and put a border, or let's cut our paper first. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same paper, and you're cutting a 3x5 by 6 photo mat. 3x5 by 6. You're cutting 3 of those. And you're cutting that by 6. All right. And let's go ahead and adhere those. Tying up your sides or measuring them out. Whatever works for you. Wonderful. All right, and so now I need to find a sticker to put on here, and I am loving this bow. And I think I'm going to think I'm going to give it just a little bit more. This was a leftover piece. I'm going to go ahead and border that with this. Giving it the same distance. And then I'm going to put this at with they all go together. And give trim and add it to the other side. All right. That works there. Trim this little piece off. There we go. Now go through and put the rest of your rays down, just in case you didn't, like I didn't do all my papers all the way to the end. I just want to make sure everything is down. All right, that's set there. And now I'm going to use some journaling boxes to add some final little details to this. So I am going to just trim off this half sheet. And I am going to do it. I love the ones that have the multiple words because I can go ahead and trim this out. All right. And I'm just gonna make a little flag on this side, eyeing that up. It's here. And I am going to use the jar. I could just put the whole jar on here, but I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut it out. I can get a little bit of the red. I'm going to just to give it a little border. We'll do this side. Go over, I'm sorry, I was off. Don't know why it's so far away today. One of those days. All right. So I'm going to cut my jar out. That is going to be my journal box. I am going to tuck it under here, add it, and I am all ready to go ahead and journal and write what I need to write on here, knowing that I have photo placeholders that are going to be, here's more, that are going to be 3.20, 3.25, 5.75. Nice, simple, fun page. If you have some little accents that you want to put on there, I'll fix that later, but I'm going to put that little rope up on top. And so I could look at maybe something that I want to put along the bottom here. I may just do some quick strawberries. And let's do some cute little blueberries. Just we're going to mix and match here. All right. So there. Easy page, very simple to go ahead and get this concept done. I know once before we used the mat and marking up our mat and doing it, but this way is nice and easy to go ahead and put that on. All right. Thanks so very much. This is Leslie Tice from Newland, North Carolina. Information is listed down below if you are interested in shopping from me, or even better yet, sign up to be an advisor. It's a fantastic deal right now. You sign up for $49 and you receive $70 worth of gifts and a $50 product credit. So we're paying you to be an advisor, even if you don't want to do this as a business. You may just want to be a personal use advisor. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to come and just join our team. It is a fabulous team, or shop from another advisor. So thanks so very much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon.